Greek math, Euclid, the 3 classical problems, squaring the circle, all that stuff, great stuff. Logic was maybe their most important discovery, development. Socrates started it. He would say something, or let someone say something, or pose a question, and then, by questioning them, he would have them come up with a contradiction or something absurd so that they knew their premise was wrong. And that's called reductio ad absurdum. And in math we use this all the time. We'll say, all right, assume this is true. Then you'll go step by step, and at the end it'll prove a contradiction. So the only thing that was proved, that was assumed, was the original thing, so you're proving it wrong. So reductio came right from Socrates. We still use it today. And what we still use from them also is something called QED. So anyone in science, and I think maybe even some lawyers, at the end of your proof, you put QED, quod erat demonstratum, which means that which was to be demonstrated. So you prove something, you go through all the steps, put at the end QED. That's how the Greeks did it, that's how the Romans did it, that's how we still do it today. And finally, the Greeks were the first to do anything with infinity. And infinity leads to all kinds of weird things. So one of them was a character named Zeno. And he had a bunch of paradoxes. So what Zeno said, Achilles was the fastest Greek out there at the time. He said, let's have a race between Achilles and a tortoise. We'll say it's a 100-yard dash. Achilles will give the tortoise a 50-yard head start. He says Achilles cannot beat that tortoise. And here's why. Logically, tortoise starts, he's at the 50-yard line. By the time Achilles catches up and gets to the 50, the tortoise has made incremental progress. By the time Achilles catches up to that, the tortoise has made more. Now, obviously, he can catch up and he will pass him. Same thing happens with an arrow. I can shoot an arrow at John. According to the Zeno, it would go halfway, then a quarter, then an eighth, and it would never reach you. Meanwhile, John's there bleeding and dead. So these paradoxes, even Aristotle couldn't figure out why they weren't working. It took probably till the calculus in the 1700s for people to figure out infinity and how this worked. But there was a whole, these were like religions, where people would be followers of Zeno or Pythagoras or whoever, and when something went wrong like that, their whole, it's like your religion just falling apart. So